answer was in the Hadeeth to teach the companions. Because he knows the Prophet ﷺ knows the answer. He's going to answer those questions. He knows that's why the ulama also they says if you are in a gathering and you may have some knowledge, if you have some knowledge, but one go around and tell them that the door is the other door. If you are in a gathering, for example, and let's say a alim came, let's say a great scholar came here, like Sheikh Fawzan Hafidahullah came here to teach us. May Allah make it easy for us to have ulama here. Let's say this great alim come. If, for example, the Sheikh Fawzan, we want him to elaborate on a topic that will benefit the community, the doctor, Fahaj, or somebody, he will ask that question. Abu Imad-ad-Din, you ask that, even though you know the answer. You know the answer, but there is a lot of people in the community don't know. And if you come from that alim, subhanAllah, right or wrong. If you come from him, a lot of people are going to take it seriously. So you ask him that question, even though you know the answer. No, he's going to elaborate. No, it's recorded. No, it's all over the place. Everybody heard it. Everybody's going to benefit. That's a good thing. Okay? That's a good thing. And therefore, the ulama also benefit. Sheikh Fawzani says, one of the great ways of learning is by questions and answers. Q&A. Why? They says because when the question is posed, everybody, not just the person who asked, everybody wants to know the answer, right or wrong. Sometimes the person asks a question and you're like, whoa, I want to know that. SubhanAllah. It's been many times I want to ask that question, but I never ask it. Now, even if you want to leave, what's going to happen? You're going to stay. Stay at least until you hear your question. Until you hear the answer to that question now. So what was the first question? Remember the first question? Jibreel alayhi salam asked the Prophet sallallahu huh? What is Islam? That first question. We live in America. You think that America is a Muslim country? It's not Muslim. No, it's not a Muslim country. Do we get into contact with non-Muslims or not? Huh? Yes. We see them in Walmart, at school, our neighbors. Yeah, neighbors. You go in this store, gas station. So what if a non-Muslim see you and said, you're a Muslim, right? He said, yeah, alhamdulillah. And then he said, what is Islam? You see? They may ask that question, right? What is Islam? Or he said, inform me about Islam. So now you find people, they give different answers. What is Islam? Islam, don't eat pork. That's Islam. Don't eat pork, don't drink alcohol, don't watch television, don't have a dog, and don't shake women's hands. He's like, oh no, that's not for me. Come on. You just tell him all the things that he's doing, don't do it. He's like, huh? No, your Islam is for you. I don't need this. You want to teach him what Islam, that knowledge. Now he's gonna, once he know about Allah, know about the Prophet ﷺ, and know about the Akhirah and the good things, now he's gonna stop eating pork because Allah said so, not you telling him that. Okay? So when he said to him, what is Islam? He said, meaning, give me the reality of Islam, the true Islam, not what people think it is Islam. Because as you see, sadly, in our time, you think all the Muslims practice the correct Islam? You think all the Muslims practice the correct Islam? No. Unfortunately. Look, when the Sahaba, all of them practiced the correct Islam, what happened? First of all, how many there were? How many millions there were in the time of the Prophet ﷺ? No millions.
A few hundreds.
There were a few dozens of thousands. At the conquest of Mecca, there were like 100,000. But before that, there were only like 3,000 here. Look at the Ghazwat Badr, how many there were? 1700s. Uhud, they were like barely 3,000. But Allah granted them victory with what? They hold on firm to the deen. Muslims, they want victory, but they need victories from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not from protest and demonstrations and the ruler has to go. Why the ruler has to go? He has problems. Like we don't have no problems, huh? It's easy to just look at somebody. What about us? If we don't change our problems as a societies and a communities, you keep changing all the rulers. There's going to come another one. He may be even worse than him, right or wrong. And it happens. This so-called spring, Arab Spring, it happened. Some countries, they're like, oh, we're going to change this guy. It doesn't matter what happened. 10 worse than him came after that. We have to change ourselves. Hold on back to the deen of Allah, to the aqidah. And then one of us who's upon that aqidah, that righteousness is going to be, he's going to lead us, right or wrong. I always give this example. If you have a bus, you know a bus? The really bus is loaded with people. It's like 50 people or so. And that bus, really those people, they want to go somewhere. That's really, they need to go somewhere. But the bus is broke. The engine is shut down. Then somebody say, why we're not moving? He's like, yeah, we're not moving. We have to make it forward. We cannot be stuck in here. Everybody's going and we're here. Then some guy say, change the driver. Huh? Change the driver. Get rid of the driver. Put him out. Put another driver. What's going to happen? Listen, if the bus is broke, what good is it going to do to change the driver? Is going to change anything? It's not going to change anything. Right, Chad? You got to fix the problem. And then find the right driver. Okay? Likewise, in our homes, sometimes you find a lot of problems in the house, chaos, no tranquility, no peace of mind, and the system. System? The white man. The white man? You know what? Why can't we be honest and say, it's me? I'm the father and the husband in here. What am I doing really? Am I really acting in a right way as a good husband and as a good father for my children? Or I'm just doing it my way? If I'm doing it my way, why am I going to blame them for doing it their way? We can't do that. You gotta be a good Muslim. And then they look at me like, Father, but you don't practice Islam yourself. They're not going to say that, because if they say that, they're going to be in trouble. Because many of us were not even honest to take criticism and good criticism for. A good person, he takes the good criticism from anybody. A good man, he takes criticism from his wife, from his children. If my little child comes and says, Abi, actually the way you talk to the neighbor was not good, because in the khutbah the imam said we're supposed to be nice. And so if that man is nice, like, yeah, subhanallah, alhamdulillah, I'm corrected by my son. And he tell his son, Jazakallah khairan, I stand corrected. But some of us, we want to do it our way, not the way that's pleasing to Allah. What? 7 years old, you want to correct me? I'm your father? You have the nerve to talk to me like that? Go, you're grounded for 3 weeks. Grounded for 3 weeks because he wants me to do what is right? It's not good. Barakallahu feekum, Jazakumullah khairan. Now, so he said, inform me about the true Islam. He said, you have to know the correct Islam. You cannot just be a Muslim by affiliation, association. I'm born in a Muslim country and that's enough. No, I have to learn the Islam. How can a person, I'm a Muslim, he has a Muslim name, but he don't know anything about Islam? Nothing. There are people, they say they're Muslims. They don't pray. They don't fast. Never read Quran. They don't even know how to read Quran. They never remember Allah. Just dunya, here, there. No salat, no remembrance of Allah. But he's a Muslim. How can he be a Muslim? You think somebody who put a Lakers t-shirt on and he plays for the Lakers? Huh? He don't play for them, man. But if he's a tall guy, huh? And go to another area where people don't know, they might like, yeah, he's a good player and he's... But is he really a good player? He's not. Likewise, therefore. Just because you put on a doctor's what do you call it, Sheikh?
White coat.
The white coat, whatever, and the stethoscope, they don't use those anymore these days, right? And they put a doctor so and so. That make you a doctor? For the people who don't know, they think you're a doctor, right or wrong? But those who really know, they're like, hey, go change, man. Go change, man. Stop playing. You work in a parking lot, now you're wearing this. Go change and go back there. Last time you do that, you see? Because those people, they know him. You see? But those who don't know him, they're like, oh, he's my grandmother. And she died. Well, and they like, I tried. You didn't try. You have no business to try. That's why in Islam they say if a person is not qualified to do something and he did it anyway, even if he was right and did the right thing, he's still liable for that because he has no business to do it. It's like, yeah, but look, they're okay. No, it's not because they're okay. Because he has no business doing what he's doing. It's very important, Ikhwan. So it's not enough to just be a Muslim because you were born in this Muslim country, but you have to learn Islam, the correct Islam. There is no Pakistani version of Islam, Indian version of Islam, Arab version of Islam, rich version of Islam, black version of Islam, white version of Islam. None of that. There is one Islam. Which one? That was the Prophet ﷺ left for us. That's it. Regardless what country you come from, what color, what achievement you made, you poor or slave or a king or rich, doesn't matter what country you're from, practice one Islam, correct Islam. Eat what you want, as long as it's halal. Live in any place you want, make a good choice. Okay, but when you come to Islam, there is no such thing. This Islam, they have their Islam, but that's the reality, sad reality. You go to some masajid, or they're on something else. No, they're not like us. No, they don't. Well, why? Everybody should be on the same thing. Alhamdulillah, that Allah guide us to this. Alhamdulillah. Because we're supposed to act in accordance to what? Of the teaching of Islam. How are we going to act in accordance to Islam if we don't know what it is? Exactly. فاقد الشيء لا يعطيه. Are you going to expect from someone to give you a good answer to that very important question, but he never study, he never do anything? He's going to look at the question and he's going to give you any answer. But that's not the right answer. Those who don't know, they're like, wow, you see. If we ask a question right now about aqidah and this, and then some people, they're like, I don't know. But if somebody stood up and said, I know, and he's so eloquent and start making like 16 ayah, 35 hadith, mention Abu Hanifa, Shafi'i, and how many of us are going to say, whoa, he's supposed to be teaching. Right or wrong? But somebody else is going to come to him and say, after he finished, all these ayat you mentioned, they have nothing to do with the question. Just because you quote 16 ayah, 35 hadith, you put in Abu Hanifa name in there and Shafi'i and Malik. Still, brother, that was not the answer. But those who don't know, what they're going to say? That's the answer. This man quote all of the hadith. This guy is Maulana. He's Allama. But that's not the question. That's why sometimes some students, they get zero. They get zero as a grade. They get zero. And it's like, why? 10 pages and they still give me zero? Yes, 10 pages and another question. Like, for example, they ask him a question on the World War I. What is the outcome of the World War I? He gave him the outcome of the War of 1812. You know the War of 1812, right? Abdul Majid. When was the War of 1812? When? What year?
1812.
Well, at least you know the answer to that one. Alhamdulillah, right? All right, Ahmaduddin? When was the war, 1812? What year? 1812. Alhamdulillah. So you guys know. Some people, they say 1954. So it's very important, ya ikhwan. Not just because somebody can talk and say this and eloquent and quote so many here and, no. What is